Did you play nativity plays at school? Did you
I was
swing in
always
on
the
a
Angel
Joe?
Gabriel.
Were you?
I was
It's the
never
best
Mary.
frock. Yeah.
Best frock. Feathers.
Yeah.
Always winning. Yeah. What about you? You were Mary?
Do you know what? I did. I played Mary.
Of course you did.
Alabaster skin, you see.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when God cast as Mary. Yeah.
So what's your view? I mean, we found it all extremely emotional. David said he thinks it breaks the record for the earliest birth.
Is that the quickest one? I think, yeah, I thought so.
It is quick.
Yeah, pretty quick. It's there.
Is that the first time you've both seen it?
Yeah. In its entirety, yeah.
Yeah, we sit at the back
Yeah.
during a screening.
And what's your reaction?
And then, yeah. I mean, it's very hard hitting, and which was surprising to me because I knew the script obviously, but it's really emotional, and the lightness is obviously the nativity and the children just lift it, and there's just this amazing line that Philippa Lothar, the director, constantly treads, and she's done it again, and HAYU obviously, with these fairly gritty storylines, along with the nostalgia of the time and the faith of the nuns. It's just intertwined. It's heartbreaking.
But without being schmaltzy Christmassy. I mean, apart from the nativity, it's a standalone episode and story in itself. And the fact that we've got the wonderful Sheila Reid in it, who's just incredible. I mean, you look at her and you cry. It's just so devastatingly beautiful. And her small little childlike frame in that wonderful story, it's incredible. I mean, the scripts were so emotional when we read them in the first reading, but to see them with Philippa's amazing direction and the wonderful scenic, the snow we filmed down in Chatham at the docks, and it just looks stunning. In June. Yes.
Well done.
We were eating mince pies in June. Yeah.
Did you two cry when you just got the shit?
Sobbed.
I sobbed, yeah.
Like proper stomach sobs. Did you not?
Yes, I did. Yeah, God, totally. Yeah.
Hard as nails.
I tried. Let's go on.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, the workhouse storyline is sort of, when you look at the dates of it, it's relatively recent, isn't it?
Yes.
To think that people were treated like
Scary,
that.
isn't it?
I've always when I read the books, it's a big part of people's psyche because it was just, Victorian
It's the
times.
aftermath. Yeah.
So it's a huge atmosphere that's laid there for people at that time, and I was really glad that we'd introduced Mrs. Jenkins because she's so vivid in the books, and I was a little surprised she wasn't in the first series. I was like, okay, and it's just perfect for the Christmas episode because in the books, there's always, whenever a baby's born, she's there with her sort of kind of claw-like hands gripping onto the midwife going, is there a baby? Is it okay?
With this telepathy, she sort of always
Yes,
knows that a baby's
really.
being born in
Yeah.
various streets.
So I was really pleased to see.
And what's so wonderful is watching the nuns' reaction as well. I think the bit that first set me off crying was Pam Ferris's reaction, Sister Evangelina's reaction to the howl, and hearing that gut-wrenching, horrendous noise. I mean, it's this childlike scream. I mean, it's just horrendous. And watching her and Sister Monica Joan really react to what they dealt with as young midwives and young nurses, and what was in their young lifetime. I mean, it's
quite dark for a Christmas episode.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, how do you think viewers will react sitting down at Christmas time to
Their tea.
watch it? Yeah.
Hopefully you'll be on in the
Stiff drink, do you think?
With a
I
drink
think it'll
inside.
be. I just think it's. I'm always slightly drawn to the darker side, and my fear sometimes is I don't want it to be a chocolate box thing, and it never is. Everyone always pulls together. The performances from everyone are always so authentic that I think it's the perfect Christmas. It's almost a film in its own right,
Yes, it really is.
The way it's shot is certainly
It's so filmic.
it's kind of, it's not an antidote because it does have the Christmas feel to it, but you know, it's certainly not.
It's not done for the sake of Christmas. There's not lashings of Christmas lunch and, you know, those sorts of things. It's
I was quite surprised we didn't get a Christmas lunch.
I know, we were expecting a big turkey feast. It never came. Bless you.
Will you be watching it with your families? And,
Yes, definitely.
What's your sort of plans for Christmas? Where will you be, and what will you? This will
I'll
be
be
a
at
part
home
of
with
it.
my husband and my dogs, and probably quite pissed by this point, watching the Christmas special, sobbing into my sherry.
It's a good job you've seen it now, so
Exactly, I can warn him.
And does it make you broody at all working with all those babies on set? They're so small and
They are so.
it's always, I love having the babies on set because it just, filming can be quite monotonous. You know, you've been on sets, I'm sure, and you have to. So whenever the babies come on, everyone's just yay, and then you sort of can go over and hug them and play with them.
But there's also this hush that comes over the set. When a baby's on the set, we have to be quiet so we don't wake them. And it's so magical because it's such a noisy, lively place, and to have that sort of magical hush when a child comes on, it's quite lovely, really. Yeah, they're great.
And what
Great
did you
fun.
guys think about the reaction to the series when it first went out? What have people said to you?
I think it was a shock in a way. We had an amazing time filming it and we were very proud of it, and we had incredible people working on it, so we knew that it couldn't be bad. We knew that it had to do fairly well. It was just such a huge success, and the viewing figures that, you know, climbed every week was just incredible to watch, and yeah, really a surprise.
Did you all feel that you wanted to return to tell more stories? Did you all have
I
that feeling?
I certainly felt like we weren't done, and I just look at the books. There are so many stories. You can get a whole episode out of a paragraph out of what Jennifer Worth writes. So I felt there was more of a journey for Jenny to go on. There was sort of things that there was hidden depths in the writing, and that you sort of go, what's going on there? So I really wanted to explore more of that in the second series.
And what's wonderful with Heidi Thomas's amazing writing is that she's really delved into the past lives of all of the characters, and so you really sort of see them open up, and it's not just about people coming in with birth stories, it's a sort of wider spectrum over all of the characters. We get to look at Fred and his past and his family, and Dr. Turner and his life, his son we get to meet, so it sort of opens it all up into this, a sense of community comes out of it.